Yo, 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 yo. What's cracking, y'all? We are back. We are back. You know what I'm saying? Yesterday we tried to do this interview and I was having some technical difficulties, satellite down, everything shut down. Everything was going crazy and haywire. So, you know, y'all know Wednesdays is the day I do episodes on the pot. But today, because yesterday's episode was jacked up, we doing one today. You know what I'm saying? So tonight I have my guest again, the Real Shay Rosa. How you
Hey,
doing?
hi, how are you, Tig?
I'm great. I'm great. We was real ratchet yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Tig, the rain was ratchet. The weather
Yeah, the
was
weather was
ratchet. We were
trash,
not
messing up
ratchet. We
our
was
feed.
glorious. We were
And
glorious.
I'm glad that you're back though.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you're patient with me. I want to say thank you for being patient with me. And
You're welcome.
because you were patient, we here. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say thank you for that.
Oh, you're more than
Um,
welcome, Tig. Thank you for having me.
hey, you already know what it is. It's all love here. All love, all
All
love,
love,
all love.
Tig. All love.
You know what I'm saying? So for those that don't know, why don't you tell the people a bit of about yourself and who you are? You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna
Well,
dive into it because I think we should get right into it because we did a little bit of that yesterday,
we
but we're
did.
gonna we gonna make it a little spicy today.
Okay, well, hey everybody, how are you? My name is Shemaine Rosario, aka the Real Shay Rosa. I'm
Hey,
I'm an artist out of Boston, Massachusetts. I've been doing this music thing for as long as I can remember. Since the age of a child, I started out in church, and I have taken it from church to competitions to getting classically trained to being trained from music
yeah,
school to going to competitions to the Apollo to stage after stage and meeting amazing people in the industry and just doing traveling and doing amazing things and making music, and music is therapy to me, and music is my life, so that's my
hey.
passion.
All right, so tell the people a bit about that history. You gave them a little rundown, but we still gonna do it the way we did it yesterday. But we still gonna break it down. But I wanted to give them you gave them the quick intro, and that was great, right?
Okay, so
But we
now you gonna
still
make
gonna
me take
break
the
it down
glasses off.
just a little bit because we just started. We only 3 minutes in, right?
We 3 minutes in and I took the glasses off, Tig.
Hey, the real Shay Rosa, y'all.
All
That's
right.
what's up. So you started singing when you were 4, right? That's what that's
Yes.
what I remember, right?
Yes.
All right. So tell the people a bit about your upbringing. Like what was growing up like
I
for you
was
in
4 years
Massachusetts.
old.
We tried to get into that and we got cut off. So we're gonna get into it again. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, 4 years old, I was in the church, and um I was this little tiny girl, and they used to put me on a little stand, a little tiny stool, because I was so tiny. And I started out in like the little tiny like kids choir, and progressed through the kids choir to the youth choir, and youth choir to the teen choir, like just singing with the adult choir, and just going around to the church syndicates and to different churches, and just they would put me in solo position, constantly wanting me to show my voice because they saw that I had a passion. And I got invited to different programs like Martin Luther King programs and things like that ever since I was younger. So this was something that, like I said, progressed throughout my life. This has never stopped. This is just something that I can never let go of.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. So who was your influence into music? Like who got you into music?
Uh, my mom, my dad would sit me on his lap when I was a little girl, and we had a den in my back of my house, and he would sit me on his lap and we'd listen to all the old records. Marvin Gaye, Teddy Pendergrass, Roberta Flack, and all the Blue Jays, and like
Yeah.
all of just the soulful, just 70s, 80s, just all of the stuff, the 60s, like just all
The
of
real black
the
experience.
real just black experience that I grew
Yeah.
up with. And I loved it. I ate it up. And then when hip hop came around, my cousins were from New York. I'm from Philadelphia. So they came to visit us in the summer, and they handed me my first mixtape on a cassette.
So what was your first mixtape? What was it?
Ooh wee. It had Salt and Pepper, Rob Bass,
Yeah.
like Kumo D. We talk about like rock camp. Like I was like a little,
Pioneers. Yeah.
yes, like the pioneer. Like these are the people I look up to today. Like, and I have seen them. KRS-One, like all of the people that I look up to today, and that some
Yeah.
of them I've been graced to like be in their presences. And I'm blessed by you guys. Thank you so much for all of your influence and all of the things that you've done for us in the culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Because without them, this hip hop thing wouldn't be what it is today. And
No,
as we
without it
celebrate
wouldn't.
50 years of hip hop,
We did. We
what
just reached
better
50
way
years
to
of hip
give it
hop.
to the OGs that started and paved the way? The KRSs, the Rock M's, the Eric B's, the
Right,
Kumo
right,
D's, Big
right,
Daddy Kane's. I can
right,
keep going on and on the
right.
list.
Keep
The
going
Slick
on. Like
Ricks. And
this is the list, of people who and the thing is the people before them that I was listening to with my father were their influences
yeah,
that got those funky tones and those beats and that soul flow that we now grabbed from to bring those influences into hip hop. And
absolutely.
so for me, where I got to experience all of it,
Yeah,
I'm so blessed. I
yeah, that's
bring
what's up.
something so different to the music.
Yeah,
Because I did experience all of that, that foundation, in music, and I'm just grateful for it. And I had such great teachers all along the way.
oh
And
man, that's
they
amazing.
didn't have to be somebody in the music. I'm talking about regular people who were my family, my friends, and just influenced me with their sounds and what drove them through life and what gave them the push and the motivation. Because like I said, music is therapy. And so we go through so many emotions and things that we have to overcome, and happy moments as well that we bring music into. And
Absolutely.
it's a great thing.
So growing up, little girl, you're in church, you're singing, and you fall in love with the hip hop music, and you start to sing. What was your first record?
Um, First record that I'm going to tell you who I gravitated to as a young girl. Whitney Houston.
Okay, Whitney.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, she's one of my favorites as well.
Ooh wee.
She is my wife's favorite. You know what I mean?
Ooh wee.
So yeah, my
Okay,
wife
so I'm
is
going to
my
tell
wife
you, when
is a
I was a
singer
little
too,
girl,
so we hear her a lot at home.
when I was a little girl, Whitney Houston, I was on this program. It's called Community Auditions, and it used to be in Boston, Massachusetts, on Channel
Hmm.
4. Liz Walker, who is the news anchor here, and there was this guy that used to run the program. You'd have to call in with votes. Like before all of the like huge shows that are out there now, this was something
Yeah.
that went on here. And
Okay.
I won second place. And I was a little girl and I sang Whitney Houston, The Greatest Love of All.
Oh man,
And
that
I
means you
won.
had to carry it on that song. You had to carry it.
Yes, I did. And I was a little girl. I think I was 5 years old.
Oh man, that's amazing. That's
And
definitely amazing. So
first
the crowd reaction was good.
crowd reaction was great. I'm actually trying to track down that tape from Channel 4. If anybody at Channel 4 is watching in Boston, Massachusetts, I've been looking online. I've been trying to search around. I don't know how to get it. I'm trying to get that tape from when I was a child so I can bring that back and, into my archives and into my memory.
Yeah,
It's a great memory.
yeah,
And then Whitney's been a piece in my life as well, because I think we had spoken yesterday about when I went to The Voice on NBC and I had gotten, through those doors again for another audition. And Whitney played a part again in my life where when I came back and, connections were made, I'd gotten an audition to Bristol Studios here in Boston,
yeah.
Massachusetts. And I walk in the doors, and who's playing on the TV? Whitney.
With uh-huh.
And it was like, she's telling me again, go ahead, girl, you got this. I got you. I had you since you was a kid, showing you that you got this, okay?
That's
So it
what's
was
up.
like another sign, like she was like, I'm there with you. So it was like, I got it. And then of course, I sang I Will Always Love You, which is another very difficult song to do. And the gentleman from Bristol Studios was blown away. I sang it, a cappella, and he was like, hold on a second. Do you mind if I record you? And can I play for you? And I said, sure. And he just started playing on the piano. I started singing, and he recorded, and he sent it to the head lady over there. And they were like, oh my gosh, we love you. And we want to get you back on The Voice again. Like, you're great. You're amazing. Um, the only thing you need to work on is your stage presence at that time, but everything else with you don't need any help, like your vocals or it's just your stage presence at that time I was
Right.
working on. And so
Oh,
it's
so
just
that's pretty
levels with
cool.
this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So what was your like you said, they told you you had to get your stage presence together, right? So once you
Yes.
got your stage presence together, what was the place that you decided to go and show that you had that presence now? Like, because when you get information like that, sometimes it could be discouraging at first because it's like, I came out there to do what I wanted to do, but then they gave me some criticism. And now that I got the criticism, I went back to the drawing board and now I'm coming back and this is how I'm coming back. Where was that place that you did that?
Um, let's see. After that, I was, college life, and at the college I met some really
Where'd
great
you go to
bands.
school?
I went to Massasoit Community College.
Okay.
And
That's what's up.
I did some classes at Bunker Hill and in Boston here. But I went for psychology, and the human brain is very exciting to me, especially because of all the things I've had to overcome. So I wanted to
Right.
learn about how we function and how we tick.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So didn't you do
So
something with Berkeley as well?
I did.
Let's talk about that a little bit. Tell the people a bit about it.
I've done Berkeley summer program. I actually had a scholarship to Berkeley School of Music since I was 11, a full scholarship.
That's
Um,
awesome. Full
yeah.
scholarship. Y'all hear it, folks? Full scholarship.
They heard me since I was a child. Like I told you, this is something that is my passion and something that I will never let go of. Like, it was a gift that was given to me, and I acknowledge that even through the struggles, it has been the therapy. It has been the thing that continues to drive me. Um, and even in my darkest days, I can pick
Yeah.
up the music and it'll do what it needs to do for me.
Okay, so where was that place that you decided to hit the stage?
I
The
literally
question
went
still poses. You got to tell us. You got to
I
tell
went to
people.
a couple of stages. I like I said, college life. We had the middle of the atrium there. There were some stages in the school that I chose to perform on. And then
Okay,
I
so you
took it out
performed in
to a couple
school.
of bars and things around in Kingston and different areas around my city and around Massachusetts that I chose to just start going out to open mics and different places to just hone my craft, karaoke,
Right.
doing it online. I actually was a part of Usher's first competition that was ever online, the Megastar Millionaire. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but
Yeah, I remember that.
I was part of his first crew.
Okay.
I made it to the top 6. I actually was part of
Okay.
the top 5, but somebody beat me out by 1 point. So
Okay.
yeah, there was a discrepancy at the end by 1 point. I was like, my last person didn't get in. Yeah, but if you
But
go
you
check
didn't
out the
stop
videos,
there, right? You
yeah, it
didn't
was
stop.
tough.
You didn't let that discourage you. You kept pushing.
Yes.
And as you pushed, you started to get a certain bravado as an entertainer, right?
Yes.
The better you got, the better your voice got, the sharper your voice got. People started to take to it. So as that began to happen, what happened?
I
Meaning, what was the next thing that you did? You know what I'm saying? As far as performing at a higher plateau, I mean. I'm
I
sorry, I'm a
actually
little all over the place right now. I know it seems like I'm a little all over
okay.
the place, but
Okay.
I'm paying attention to what you're saying, so I'm posing my questions based off what you're saying.
All right. So we, like I said, I went all over to perform with the college thing, and we were doing, a couple of my friends have really made it big, out of college, and shout out to them. And I was performing with them, and we were just doing things all over, and I just kept plugging along, recording, because I was working, and somebody found me in a McDonald's, and they asked me to record, and that's how, like, my first recording opportunity came.
Okay.
But the stages, I continued to go out there. I continued to push myself out there. And a gentleman by the name of Guy Legacy, he hit me up one day, and he was like, Shay, you should try out for the Apollo.
Okay.
Because he knew I had already tried out during the college time. I had already tried out for the NBC, The Voice on NBC, and that was great. That's where the feedback came about my stage appearance and everything like that was what I needed to work on. So that
Right.
was the piece that I had already gotten.
Okay.
So he said to me, you need to try out for this, Shay. You're great. And
Oh
I'm like, you
man.
know what? I'm going to try out. I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if they're going to pick me or anything. I took a
Okay, that's
chance.
awesome. That's awesome. So give me your top 5 influences. It could be hip hop or R&B. It doesn't have to be all R&B. You know, it could be both.
Okay, top 5 influences. Lauryn Hill. Cassandra Cooper. Roberta Flack.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Whitney Houston. And then I'm going to say in the hip hop, that's a hard one, because Nas.
Ooh, that's a great one, actually. One of the biggest lyricists ever to do it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
so
respect
so so
Nas.
tell
I
me how
respect him.
Nas influenced you. You already really broken down your musical influences as far as R&B and things like that early on in the episodes. 19 minutes in, if you're just watching, welcome. I have the Real Shay Rosa with me. We're here, and we going in, y'all. So tell me why Nas is an influence for you.
Just on a whole, Nas has just shown himself as a human being to be a great individual. a lyricist to speak for the times.
For the culture,
Yes,
period.
and for the
Hands
culture,
down.
period.
Like,
And that's all. That's what it is. That's why I said Nas.
I really feel like he was snubbed on the Grammys this year. Killer Mike, I love you too, but I gotta be honest, that King's Disease was something special.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, they all.
Yeah. But it's all good. Everybody knows what they know, and Nas, utmost respect to you.
Yeah. Okay. So tell me a bit about you working with some very important people in our culture. We was trying to talk about that yesterday, so we're going to dive into that today. Let's talk about it. You had the opportunity to meet Miss Rosa Parks.
Oh
What was that
yes.
like?
Oh my goodness. Amazing. Um, Electrifying. Um, still heartfelt, and still can feel the touch to this day. Her
Okay. Did she
words
give you
still
any advice?
her words still ring to me. Continue to on your journey, and continue to be a great person. You know what I mean? Like she really wanted me to be who I am. And she saw something in me as a young child, because for her to stop me like in that church that day and reach for my hands and give me her words was very amazing. And um I just I'm still enlightened and touched by it to this day.
Yeah.
So I hope that anybody who gets to be in front of those greats and in the presence of legends, like I've had the opportunity throughout my life to be, I'm blessed by every single person that I've met. I
So
don't
tell the
get
people a bit about some of the legends. I just mentioned one. Mention
You
some
just
more.
mentioned one.
You can do it. Yeah, I don't want to do it for you.
I have a list. I can't even say like that I have a top five, because all I give everyone
It
their
doesn't have
own.
to be top five. It doesn't have to be top five. You can just
Okay.
tell the people some of the names. We're not gonna
Okay.
go into a long list, but you can tell a few.
Jesse Jackson, Capadonna, the Wu-Tang
Wow, Wu
Squad.
Tang Cabadana.
Yes, that's like my
What was
popular
that like?
music.
Tell me a bit about that.
Shout
How
out to
did
the
you
Wu-Tang
meet
OGs.
Cabadana?
Tell you about that. Oh my gosh, what an amazing time. What an amazing Wu-Tang, the whole entire family. Shout out to my Wu-Tang family. Y'all already know what time it is. Cap and I met years ago. Shout out to Eternal of the Killer Bees. We met years ago. He heard my music years ago. Jimmy Kang, Straight Up Entertainment, Killer, Wu-Tang Management. We met years ago. And Cap really took a liking to me. And he introduced me to everybody in the camp. He heard my music and he's like, "You're such a dope individual. You're just a dope person." And Shaka Zulu to you. And you're so talented. We want to see you make it all the way, mama. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you
Right.
make it all the way.
That's
And
what's up. That's definitely what's up.
that's what we're doing.
That's definitely what's up. So, okay, you've got to meet some
Let's go on
greats,
the
right?
list. Amadeus. What else? Shout out to Amadeus.
Ooh, that's a good one too. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Amadeus.
Shout out to Sweetie. Shout out to Erica Kane. Shout out to Ahmed. Everybody out at 1051 New York. Shout out to Raka. Shout out to Cash. Shout out to everybody in Boston, all my Boston family. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
shout out to the city of Boston.
You
You
know
know
what I'm
what I'm
saying?
saying? And if you're
All my
watching,
Boston family,
like,
whoever's
share, and
watching right
subscribe on
now,
YouTube, y'all.
y'all all know who you are. Listen, shout out to Wolf and Rose, to my partner, because we're doing things in the city. Shout out to Ed OG. Shout out to everybody on the March Madness event that we're doing right now. I have the flyer behind me. I think it's behind me. Yeah, somewhere.
I mean, they can see it, but they can't see it. But it's all good. You know what I
It's
mean?
right there.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Boston family. And everybody over at the Jungle in Somerville. I go there for my Wednesday nights where I go perform and do open mic nights. So keep hitting those stages. So all my artists out there, don't ever stop your passion, no matter how big you may climb. You always want to just have those nights to release that energy of,
Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah. So tell me a bit about Wolf and Rose Productions. Tell me a bit about that. Because,
um,
we about to get into the next segment of the show in like 5 minutes. So
okay. Well,
let's
Wolf
get
and Rose.
into it. You know what I mean? Let's
Okay.
talk about Wolf and Rose real quick. Tell me
Okay.
a bit about that.
Okay, Wolf and Rose is a production company that I started with my partner. He's a DJ Wolf Bain. He's also, engineer and makes beats, but he's also an artist himself. But so he's an all around person, as well as
Okay.
myself. And we started our event company. We had our first event in November, which was our fall bash, our first fall bash, which was great. We had 8 artists out of Boston, and we had one artist come in from Florida um, to perform on our stage, and it was great. And so now we're doing a March 22nd event, and we're hosting Ed O.G. from Ed O.G. and the Bulldogs, who just made the Grammy Hall of Fame. So we're really
That's what's up.
excited about
That's
that.
definitely what's up.
Yeah, he's going to be hosted. He's the headliner with 7 other artists. So we have 8 artists, food, raffles. It's a jersey party. So best jersey wins you a prize. And it's going to be a really nice event with vendors and everything else. So
Okay.
we want
That's pretty
everybody to
cool.
come out.
Yeah.
And it's my birthday. And it's also
It
my
is.
birthday week. So come on.
Okay. Yeah, y'all gotta come out and show love. All
It's
right,
definitely.
so let's get into it. You know what the premise of the show is about,
Yes.
right? We at
Yes.
the 27-minute mark, so we might as well just dive right in. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Tell me a bit about some struggles in your life that you faced while still having to entertain, perform, and doing what you do most. You know what I'm saying? Tell the people a bit about that.
Um, I've faced so many struggles. Where do you want to start?
Hey, wherever you want, wherever you feel comfortable.
I
This is
mean,
you
you
already know what the show is about. You know, it's a safe space for us to just talk, relate, and share. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you feel is best, I'm cool with that.
all right, Tig. We gonna get down to it, Tig. All
All right,
right,
let's
because
get down to it.
I really haven't had a safe space except with my therapist to really talk about me to
I'm
anyone
the
or
hood
share.
therapist.
Look, Tig, we gonna be the music therapist. All right, Tig.
I'm the
Uh,
That's perfect.
all
Perfectly
right,
said.
the music therapist.
The
Um,
music therapist.
Now, Tig, I go to therapy every week, so I want people to know therapy is a great thing, and people need
Yeah.
to utilize
Yeah, I just came
their
from therapy
therapy.
today. So, I feel you.
Okay, so at the end of the day, I'm a child that was in the system, and I'm a child that was taken from my family at 4 years old, and I was adopted into a family of educators, and you know that situation for me was a very good situation, but also it was a very abusive situation.
Oh man.
So people think that, yeah, you may go from an abusive situation, from foster care, from an abusive situation with your parents to foster care that was abusive, to an adopted family that, yeah, you were educated and you had a great family that taught you all of these amazing things and pushed you into all of this music and all these great things, but it was an abusive household.
Okay.
And I was sexually abused as a child.
Oh
you
man, I'm
know
sorry to hear that.
and but I've dealt with that, and I don't think people ever will get over it, but it's something that you have to talk about. And in order to heal, you have to rip the band-aids off.
That's
You
right.
have
That's right.
to.
That's the only way you can heal yourself, find peace with what happened, and move on in life. Because that's one of the things that we have to do in order to maintain out here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry that you had to experience that. You know what I'm saying?
It, it
Um,
it's for me, every experience that I've had to go through is for me to help others. If I've never gone through it, how can I really tell another person about how it feels?
Amen. That's what I started this show for. Like I said before, I'll say it again. A lot of people think what I do is weird. You know what I'm saying? But this is for the people that want to express a side of themselves as artists that people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? And some of your favorite artists go through these same things and they never speak on it. You
Right.
know,
Right.
or it has to be some multi-million-dollar production behind it to water down the story. No, we
Right.
raw, we uncut, we real. You know what I'm saying? We just giving it to y'all as it is. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what is really, it really should be that way, authentic.
Right. Right.
And
Exactly.
I
So
appreciate you being brave enough to share your story. You know
look,
what I'm
I've
saying?
been wanting to share my story because eventually I would like to make my story into a movie, into a book, to be able to help others, hopefully make reform in my own city, and in our world for other people who have gone through similar situations. I'm a sexual abuse survivor. I'm also a rape survivor.
Oh man,
I've also been kidnapped before. Like there's been so much things that I've gone through. Like I um also have been through domestic violence. I was in a domestic violence relationship for 10 years. I was married to my husband.
oh man, I'm sorry to hear that
And
too. You know what I'm saying? It seems like you've been through a lot. It doesn't
I've been through
seem
hell and back.
you have been through a lot.
I have been through hell and back, and that's what I would like to tell people and show people. I have had my own children taken from me. I've had my own children sexually assaulted,
Oh man,
trial, dealing with the system, lack thereof, failure of the system. There's so many levels and layers that people don't realize can happen to a person, no matter how good you are, whether you have a record, whether you've done. I have no record. I don't harm anyone. I have a great heart. I'm a great person. I take care of my children. I'm not like a scumbag or any of those things. So people can check up on me to see who I really
yeah,
truly am. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so
yeah,
candid and so willing to reveal myself to people, is because I want people to know who I am. I want people to see that the world is flawed, that the system
absolutely. The
is
world is
flawed.
definitely flawed, and to like I said, you're very brave. Um, for all those that had this same experience of sexual abuse, my heart goes out to y'all as well. My heart goes out to you. Um, tell me, how did you persevere through all of that? Because these things sometimes people get stuck and it's
Yeah.
in their head and they never come out of it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a person who was once there as well with this PTSD thing with being shot in the head. And
Mm.
at one point in life, I couldn't get beyond the fact that just somebody wanted to kill me.
Oh, I
So,
have PTSD.
hmm?
I
Oh yeah,
have
I
all
can
of those
tell.
things.
I can tell.
I
So
have PTSD, I have anxiety, I have depression,
yeah,
I have bipolar 2 now,
yeah,
because of the simple fact that I live in a constant state of depression. But because I have my music, I use my music as my therapy.
absolutely. See, and it's another person on here saying the same thing, and I want people to really understand what that's for. Some people, KNG Bling said this on the very first episode, right? He called the music an emotional vacation. That's what music is, and that's really what it is for artists. You know what I'm saying? And
It's my remedy.
yeah, I think that you're very courageous to tell this story. You know what I'm saying? Because all of the things that you just explained to me are definitely traumatizing. And to still persevere, I want to commend you for that.
We haven't even talked about the heart failure. We haven't
Yeah.
even
So
talked
let's
about
get
what the Lord
into
has
it.
done for me and like what he's doing in my life right now. Like this has been such um
It's okay. Look, it's okay. Whatever way you want to let it out, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Um, I
um
understand. I understand. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, my heart goes out to you because everything that you've been through, you're still persevering. You're still here, and God got a plan for you. You know what
oh,
I'm
he
saying?
does.
God has a plan for you, and He's not done with you yet because I see you shaking and moving out here. So it's already evident that the plan is in fruition. You know what I'm saying? It's moving.
Oh yeah.
And,
He's
if
not
you
done with
keep
me.
grinding, everything that you're wishing for and the desires of your heart will definitely be there, but you got to stay rooted in Him and trust Him
Oh
because His
yes. I
vision
gave it to
is
him a
not
long
your
time ago.
vision. And I say that all the time, we think it's our vision, but it's not really our vision. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely not.
So for you to still push through all of this stuff that you've been through, heart failure, sexual assault, and all sorts of things like that, it takes a lot. It takes a lot. And I understand how a person could feel. It could make you feel like you don't want to be here,
I
but
felt
you
like
didn't
that
give up.
before.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't give up, and that's the beauty in it all. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Definitely by the grace of God I'm here. 5 years ago I just had my anniversary, December 18th, because I died, and I had an aortic dissection aneurysm.
damn.
And if you guys know what that is, go look it up if you don't know what it is. And if you go on my page on Facebook, and on Instagram, if you go down far enough, you will see the videos, you will see the actual surgeries that I've had. I had sorry, it's like tissues on me and everything from crying. I had
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Like I said, this is the pot. You know what I'm saying? This is where we do nothing but show transparency for the
right,
people so they can relate.
right. And
And your transparency is definitely man, I commend you. You know what I'm saying? I
the Lord has
commend
been
you
so
because
good to me, and I'm grateful every
some of
day for
these
every
things are
breath.
very hard to talk about.
It's I'm so grateful for every breath, and um I'm shown every day that if I continue to walk the way that I need to walk, and I continue to love the way that I love, and I continue to have the passion for the things that I do, and and I don't have the intent to hurt anyone in this world, because I
Yeah,
don't. um my life is blessed, and I'm thankful
absolutely.
for every breath that I continue to have. um and like what happened to me was, I literally have been like so stressed out for so long. You know how it is. It's like having PTSD and all of those things constantly piled up against you, and you feeling you're they're like, oh, you're so resilient, but being resilient, and um you're constantly that person who's on.
Yeah, people don't understand what that's like. It's kind of like a facade in a way. If I had to choose a word, it's kind of a facade because you have to still entertain while going through all of this pain.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And like I said, and I constantly say it on the show, people don't know what the artist is really going through or enduring while they're lifing, just like everybody else. Life be lifing, you know what I'm saying?
True. Life is
I
lifing.
like to say that. I got that from my friend, and
My friend says that
ever
too.
since he said it, I've been saying it because it's pretty dope. But it's true though, you know what I'm saying? Life be lifing. And it's one of those things where you still have to have a certain bravado. You have to keep it professional. You have to throw on the smiles. You have to, wear it like a badge of honor, but it's not really a badge of honor because deep down inside, you're going through so many different emotions and you can't show them.
True.
The music is the badge of honor because that's what reflects that everybody sees. You know what I'm saying? People see the music and they're like, oh man, this person is great, but not knowing deep down inside is so many things that made that diamond. That's why I keep saying pressure makes diamonds,
Pressure busts pipes and makes diamonds.
Yeah, that's why I keep saying that because, the most amazing artists have the most troublesome lives. Like, take a look at, like certain people. Like we had Michael Jackson, one of the biggest entertainers in the world, but he had a whole heap of struggles. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And it was family life for him. There were other people that had the same types of issues. Like I said, I'll share with y'all. That's one thing that I go through as well with my PTSD. There's a lot of times where I felt like I just wanted to give up and stop rapping and stop making beats and stop doing the things that I love because the emotions were taking over. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that can happen. But, by the grace of God, I didn't let that defeat me. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't either. So I want to say to you, keep pushing, stay prayed up, you know what I'm saying? And keep your eyes on the prize because what God has for you, nobody can take away. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you so
That's
much.
just
Thank you
real
so
rap.
much. Yes.
It's real as I can say it. You know what I'm saying? You're a survivor. You know what I'm saying? And there are
I'm a
many
survivor.
survivors out here, and it's men and women. And that's what I like about you. You're very transparent. You're not afraid to be open, and sharing these stories can help people.
That's true. That's what I want to do anyways is, a lot of people I don't share. Like, this was why I really wanted to come on your show, is because a lot of people for a long time didn't even know what happened to me or what was going on, is because I've kept it to myself for a really long time. And being able to come on a show that maybe people will see, maybe they won't. And I'm not just talking about my music, but my music is there to help people, to heal people. And if you take a listen, maybe there's something that you'll like and it can help you and you can feel it in your soul,
Yeah,
and
I've come to learn that, how they say everything ain't for everybody? This is what this show is, right? Everything ain't for everybody. Some people will gravitate towards this because they like the transparency, they like the openness, they like the sharing. And some people just won't want to hear it because they don't care what an entertainer goes through. They just want to be entertained. So I get it.
right.
Yeah, so let's talk about Hey Love a little bit. Let's talk about the inspiration for that. Let's talk about that. And how did you come up with the concept? Tell the people a bit.
Okay, well, Hey Love, obviously, we have one of my favorites, Mr. LL Cool J, Ladies Love. He really always has been a favorite because look at his career, look at everything he does for his community, his family, his mother, just a great man all the way around. And my producer and I were in the studio one day and he was like, I was like talking to him, I'm like, hey, well, what would it be like? Can you think you could create something that was like kind of like Hey Lover?
Yeah,
But
you know what I asked you, you know what I'm saying? I literally thought it was the sample. But you explain like, nah, dude, he went in on them keys and did his thing. You know,
it's a completely
you have to
different
be
beat.
a
It's
very talented musician to be able to copy patterns of melodies,
mm-hmm,
and they sound exactly like the melody.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
know, uh, so that's pretty dope. I like that.
Thank
I like
you.
the fact that you took a very classic song and put your own twist on it. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you
It's
so
very
much.
unique. It's different, and yeah, it's pretty dope.
Thank
Um,
you.
Me, I'm not all about trying to highlight. People always trying to be in a glamour and glitz, but you just kept it simple, kept it funky. It was like a cookout in the video. Everybody blowing it down. They got L's like this long out there.
Well, we were actually, let me explain where we were. We
Yeah,
actually were
check
at
the video out if y'all didn't watch it. You know,
the
she has a very different style, and that's pretty dope. You know, I like to highlight all types of artists that are underground that you know have their own way of doing things. You know, I don't just want the high up people. You know, I want all types of people. You know, and I like your style, so it's different.
Thank you.
Um,
Let me tell you where we were, Tig. We were actually at the Boston Freedom Rally.
the sound.
Yeah, we were at the Boston Freedom Rally.
Huh?
The Boston Freedom Rally.
Okay, the Boston Freedom Rally.
Yes, 2020
That's
to
where that
23.
was. That was pretty
Yeah, and
dope.
I was performing on their stage, main stage that day in front of a million people.
Yeah, that was dope. It looked like it was a million people.
There were a million
Yeah,
people.
that was awesome. That's awesome. So what's next for you?
Hopefully this year, I'm hoping that Hey Love makes it to the Boston Music Awards, and I win for that video, and my videographer wins for, and my director win for best video. I'm hoping as well that for this event goes well, and Wolf and Rose takes off this year, and our events this year go well. We're able to give back to the community like we'd like to do, as well as I have this new song called Blue Dream that talks about mental health. And I actually got OG Suicide, who I don't know if anyone knows who he is, but you should know who he is. If you don't, look him up. um he reached out to me and he wants to interview me about this song. And it's about mental health because he's a gentleman that actually tried to commit suicide when he was 22 years old. And he travels around and he talks about motivational speakers about suicide prevention and
That's
things like
dope.
that.
That's dope.
And it's really dope. And you guys need to go look him up. So he reached out because my song is about PTSD and depression and all those things that we go through. And he really loved it. So I'm gonna actually do a video for that song, and I'm hoping that people reach out to me. So I'm gonna ask this right now on the Tig Show. This is something exclusive, Tig, that maybe people who are suffering with mental health issues or have lost anyone with suicide, send me a little video, hold up a sign with what you're suffering from, and just send it to me because I'm gonna run these through the video as I'm singing it.
Hey, folks, don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. I'm sorry, I'm a little parched. Let me take a little sip. I'm getting cotton mouth
Okay.
right here, sitting and enjoying the story. But mm, wow, yeah, we both needed that. uh, yeah, don't be afraid to share your stories. You know, share with the world or share with Shay, like she's asking. Share with Shay. Hashtag share with Shay, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm
hashtag
gonna
share with
put that
Shay.
on as soon as this episode is over.
Yeah,
Hashtag share with Shay.
yeah, definitely. Because I'm
Uh,
gonna patch those through the video and hold up a little sign of what you're suffering from. If it's PTSD, just put it on a nice little white paper or whatever and just put PTSD and hold it up with your, if you don't want to hold up your face, you can always put just what you're suffering with your over your face. If you don't want to
Hey,
hold up your face, that's fine too. But I'm going to put these through the video as the video is going through, because I want the world to know that we, all of us are suffering and all of us need support and love, and
that's
for
right.
people to reach out when we need it, because we never want to be left alone out here, because guess what
So
happens?
who's
We lose people.
Shay Rosa's support system? Who's
Definitely.
your support system?
Who's my support?
Yes.
My daughter, my friends, and my family that love me. That's my support system. And my therapist.
Oh, that's what's up.
And of
Yeah.
course, God.
So for
It's
those
always
that
God
think
first.
there's, I wanna say something real quick, right?
Yes.
People have this stigma about therapy.
Mm-hmm.
They have a big stigma about therapy, like, oh, it doesn't help. Let me break it down for y'all, right? I've been going to therapy since I got shot. So that's over 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be a super hothead early on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for those that think therapy can't help you change and help you get better, the more you go and start to use the tools that therapy gives you, you can get better. I am a living testimony of that. I have PTSD, schizophrenia. Uh, I don't have bipolar, but I come from a family, some family members that are bipolar. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I try to have an openness about myself so that I can get better. And that's where it starts, because a lot of people don't like to share. If you go to therapy, the whole purpose is to share what's going on with you so you can get the tools you need to get better. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
it's a never ending cycle when you continue to progress. You know what I'm saying? When you continue to progress, life gets better.
it
Even
definitely,
when things are still hard and you're still going through things.
it
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
does. It definitely does.
So,
Therapy is a tool to fight all of those things that you've left unhealed. And so
right.
in order for you to move forward in a positive way in your life, you need to heal the things that you've left in the dust, the things that you
Absolutely.
let pile up in the back of your mind and said, "Oh, I'll deal with it later." No, you won't. And what it's doing is creating a festering spot in you that you think is fine, and then later on you're wondering why you've lost family, friends, situations in your life, and you're like,
Because you
"Wow,
having
what
blow ups.
happened?" Yeah.
Blow ups is what caused that, though.
What
So you
caused that
said
is because
the
you didn't heal,
perfect
because you
thing
didn't go
right
take
there.
care of it.
You lose the family and friends because those emotions that you have cause blow ups, and you're not even realizing you're triggered. You're taking it out on the wrong people, and now they don't even want to deal with you. And I
And they
experienced
won't.
that because my PTSD ran a lot of people away from me at one point in life. You know what I'm saying? So
It
I can
does.
admit that myself, and that's an openness about myself. And you just learned something about me today. So, yeah, I agree with you there. I agree with you 1000% on that because, you know, balling your emotions up is very destructive. Keeping them inside and not sharing them can ruin your relationship with your mate, your family, and friends because you're taking it out
Toxicity.
on them.
Toxicity.
So we got a few minutes left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you want to share with the people? If it's okay, let me pose this question. If it's one thing in life that you learned on this journey, what was that?
One thing I learned on this journey when you say, one thing I learned, say what you mean and mean what you say.
Hey, that's a great one. Tell me why.
Because
tell them why. You got to tell them why.
All right. If you say what you mean and mean what you say, then you don't have to deviate from anything.
Hey. All right. So we got about 5 more minutes, if that.
Okay.
So you want to talk about your clothing? Because we was talking about it before the episode. Tell them a bit where they can find your merch. Tell people where they can find you on Instagram, Facebook.
Okay. All right, guys. Here is a little thing for my merch real quick. I'm going to show you guys the merch. And then also I have a live little interview coming out on Tuesday at 1:00 for Dime Magazine. You guys make sure you check that out.
Okay.
Can you guys
see gotta hurry up. You know we about to close it out.
Can you guys see that? That's my merch.
Ooh, that's fire.
That is the Rose herself. I designed that.
Yeah, that's fire. I like it. Put it up again. Show them again. Show them again. Yeah, show them again. Put it a little closer. Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, I like that. I like that.
And then the Wolf and the Rose right here.
Okay, so Shay Rosa got slides. She got shirts. Anything else you got?
And I also have my own tees. You guys can check out my own collection.
Hey.
The Real Shay Rosa.
Hey, the Real Shay Rosa. Y'all hear it. All right, so tell the people where they can find you because we're about to close out.
All right, the Real Shay Rosa. You can find me on everything under the Real Shay Rosa. On everything.
On everything. I'm going to do the same thing she just did. On everything.
On everything.
All right, so it was a pleasure having you on the show, Shay. You got to come on again. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate your bravery. You were a pleasure to interview. This was very fun. And yeah, we're going to stay connected because you're definitely coming back on. You got to come back on. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. On that note, I am your host, Tigmatic. Thank you for watching the Pot Podcast with Tigmatic, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe on YouTube, Facebook. And y'all know what it is. Until next time, folks. Hey.